you're one of the few guys that actually really care about, this is our industry. We need to preserve it. We need to make it better, and that's one of the things that, that's a great thing to have.
Okay, but it isn't just me. I got a whole building of these people, right? So
well, you're lucky in that respect.
It's very interesting. The more and more I'm in these meetings, the more and more I'm told I'm wrong, which means people are spreading their wings. They've got their own thoughts. The Mirror and the Starla were not ideas that I generated.
When you're talking about the Vela, which I personally love, I think it's a great guitar. The Vela is unique to me because it's a Paul Reed Smith that's unlike a Paul Reed Smith you know what I mean? No, it has your take on it, but it's a new design. It's something.
I thought it was
different.
a Tisco Del Rey that worked really well.
Okay, but it's still Paul Reed Smith that it has a unique. It's your spin on something like that.
The Vela came from the sales department. They wanted to Gumby the guitar. They wanted to warp it in that direction, and they had ideas about what the pickups were. And my insistence was, well, if you're gonna make a 12-pole humbucking with a whole lot of high end, which is what it has, so that you could drive a pedal board well, make it as musical as possible. And we went at it about it behind closed doors, and I think it worked out well. Look, right now, a lot of times guitars are being used as synthesizer controllers. They're using the guitar as a pedal board driver. They're not using it as an instrument that you just plug straight in. Very, very often it's a pedal board driver. And to me, if you listen to Hendrix, he's using the guitar as a guitar, but he's also using it as a pedal board driver. I would like to see it to at least be both. When people give up on the sound of the guitar, they just see it as a way to drive their pedals. That's a very interesting thing. I don't want that to happen to our industry.
Really, going what you're saying there, it sounds like the guitar has become the phone and pedals are the apps now. You can't live without your apps. No one uses a phone anymore. Who's actually on the phone?
I have a very large pedal collection, which I don't put on a pedal board. I just bring them or use them in the studio. It's fun. You start to understand what Hendrix was thinking. He was trying to get the guitar to be larger than life, right? It's very cool.
No, he was just using different colors, and that was always the great thing about it, but he never forgot about the actual...
The guitar part.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And going with that, is there an instrument that you're in your head going, well, what haven't we done that I want to do? What's the next instrument in your head?
We are doing these Guitars of the Month in private stock, which give us a way of experimenting every month and forcing the place to experiment every month. I like that. There are artist models that we're working on really hard at this point. I think this company is going to continue to investigate humbucking guitars that sound more single coily. The Vela you're talking about has a single coil in it. I think this company is going to investigate that whole side of things. Look, single coils are fine, as long as when you play it through an amp or a pedal board in a place that's buzzy, you can still get through the gig. If you don't have a good enough signal-noise ratio, the hum will get louder than the guitar. You got a real problem on your hands. I was just playing a DC3, which is an instrument that we love here, that didn't do as well in the market as we wanted, and I was playing really loud up on the stage, and the hum was non-existent. It was non-existent. It just wasn't there, and that's a single coil. So I'd like to go back and investigate all that. Obviously, and I'm talking about signal noise ratio, you really don't want the hum and the buzz to be louder than the guitar. And anybody who's played in bars, especially one bar in Annapolis, which is just the buzz is louder than the guitar. Even with a humbucker, you got to be careful. So.